Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyo lahat? Oh, Sonny. Mysterious, elusive, and about to change the game? Probably. Who is she? Why is she here? And more importantly, why am I convinced she's about to be a revolutionary unit in Wuthering Waves? Spectro teams have been in a weird place for a while now. Jinhsi and Phoebe both have incredible potential, but something just isn't clicking. Because Jinhsi needs a way to consistently fill up incandescence, while Phoebe needs someone to capitalize on Spectro Frazzle. Both of them have been waiting for a true Spectro support to bring them together. Enter Zani. If my theory is right, she's going to be the glue that binds these two powerhouses together, and the best part, this doesn't just buff mono-Spectro, it changes the entire team building meta. Now, before we go full tinfoil hat, let me be clear. This is a theory video based on what we've seen, what we think we know, and let's be honest, a ridiculous amount of copium. If I'm right, you better believe I'll be bragging about it. If I'm wrong, this video will mysteriously disappear from existence and we shall never speak of it again. Alrighty, let's talk kit. What do you think Sonny will be? A spectral hybrid support who provides healing, shielding, and coordinated off-field damage? Well, first, healing and shielding. Shorekeeper has been Spectro's crutch for far too long. Well, don't get me wrong, she's fantastic, but the problem is that she's too good, meaning she gets used in almost every team that needs sustain. This puts enormous pressure on team building, especially in high-end content like the Tower of Adversity. If Sonny can provide solid healing and shielding, Spectro teams will finally have an alternative, which means no more forcing Shorekeeper or even Verena into every comp just to survive. Then, there's the coordinated damage. If Sonny can provide off-field spectral attacks, Jinhsi's incandescence meter fills up much faster, which means more frequent nukes, and if she also applies a Spectro Frazzle, she boosts Phoebe's damage at the same time. Suddenly, Jinhsi and Phoebe don't just coexist in a team, they actively enable each other. If this theory is also correct, Sonny won't just be a good unit, she'll be the core of the first true mono-Spectro team. No more awkward fillers, no more mismatched synergies, just a fully functional Spectro dream team. Maybe you're wondering, why is this huge for Spectro teams? The potential impact of Sonny goes beyond just giving Spectro a new support. If she is what I think she is, she fundamentally changes team building in Wuthering Waves. First, she reduces the reliance on the Shorekeeper and even Verena. Well, right now, every other team in the game seems to need Shorekeeper because she's just too good to pass up. But that also creates a problem. She's in everything. Having a Spectro support alternative means we can finally free her up for other teams like Carlotta comps or even Aero heavy teams. Second, she frees up Zhezhi. Zhezhi has been locked into Spectro teams when she should be buffing Glacio teams. If Sonny can handle coordinated Spectro damage, Zhezhi can finally go home and do what she does best, boosting Glacio DPS units instead of being forced into a Spectro comp just because there's no one better. Third, she makes Jinhsi and Phoebe work together in a way that has never been possible before. Jinhsi's biggest struggle is getting enough incandescence uptime, while Phoebe needs someone who can fully capitalize on Spectro Frazzle. Sonny could be the missing piece that finally turns them into a true duo, instead of forcing players to choose between them, or using a Spectral Rover. This isn't just about making Spectro comps better, it's about making them actually viable without relying on off-element supports. A properly functioning Jinhsi, Phoebe, and Sonny team would eliminate the awkward compromises that currently hold Spectro teams back. Right now, players who want to build around Jinhsi and Phoebe face a frustrating dilemma. who gets priority. Jinhsi thrives in a setup that consistently fills her incandescence meter, while Phoebe needs another partner who can reliably apply Spectro Frazzle to maximize her damage. Without a unit that enables both of them at the same time, running a mono-Spectro team feels more like a novelty than a true powerhouse. With Sonny in the equation, that struggle disappears as long as she has everything that these two resonators need. If she provides coordinated spectral damage, she becomes the perfect link between Jinhsi's incandescence uptime and Phoebe's frazzle uptime. Instead of forcing players to choose one main DPS while awkwardly supporting the other, Sonny would allow them to coexist at full strength, each benefiting from her kit without interfering with the other. Most importantly, this team would have strong sustain without sacrificing offensive power. If Sonny also provides healing or shielding, this team wouldn't rely so much anymore on the Shorekeeper just to survive. With both sustained damage from Phoebe and explosive burst potential from Jinhsi, all the while having a functional, self-sufficient team structure. But what about copium? What could actually go wrong? Of course, there are always risks. What if she isn't Spectro? What if her coordinated damage is weak? What if she's just another DPS with no support utility? What if a future unit immediately power creeps her into irrelevance? If any of these happen, this entire theory crumbles into dust and I will have wasted my time inhaling high quality pure hopium. But hey, that's the fun of speculation, right? So, is Sonny the ultimate Spectro support? Is she the long-awaited missing piece that will finally make mono-Spectro teams not just viable but terrifying? Will she unlock the full potential of Jinhsi and Phoebe, turning them into an unstoppable duo instead of forcing players to choose between them? And perhaps most importantly, will she liberate Shorekeeper and Zhezhi, allowing them to shine in teams where they're actually meant to be, instead of being forced into Spectro duty out of necessity? Or am I just deep into copium that I've created an entirely fictional unit in my head? Is Sonny about to drop as a completely different element with a kit that has nothing to do with anything I just said? Are we about to experience the biggest theory crafting disappointment since that time people thought Jinhsi was going to be an SP battery? We'll find out soon enough, but until then, I want to hear from you. What do you think Sonny's kit will be like? Do you believe that she'll be a healer, a shielder, a coordinated damage monster, or something completely unexpected? Will she redefine Spectro teams, or am I about to look like a fool when she turns out to be a physical DPS with no support capabilities whatsoever? Drop your theories in the comments because I need to know I'm not the only one on this hopium trip. If you're riding the Sonny Copium Express with me, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any inevitable follow-up videos where I will either gloat endlessly about being right or mysteriously never mention this theory again. Also, huge thanks to Mr. No Name because we talked about this 2 weeks ago. So thank you so much, Mr. No Name, for sharing your thoughts with me. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!